Welcome to Media Men Online. Doing some Suicide Squad today.
Oh yeah, Suicide Squad 2021. I wish they would have. It's the Suicide Squad. They should have. I don't know. Call it Suicide Squad 2 or Suicide Squad. More suicidal. I don't know. But there's 2 Suicide Squad movies within the past. When did that initial one come out? With fucking Will Smith. 2016. So this one is the Suicide Squad. The big difference between the two. It's like, can you just? I don't know. It's like it's the Halloween movies all over again. There are 3 movies called Halloween, all within the same franchise. But this is a follow-up. They don't really ever mention the old one because nobody mentions it unless they accidentally watch it trying to find this one. But
well, the first one was, to me, just really, really not enjoyable to watch. And it took several people telling me that this one was better to make me like go and watch it.
It is. It definitely is.
Oh, it's much better than the first one. It's got some weird stuff in it, but overall, just much better than the first one.
I feel like this entire movie could have been. Now I know everyone loves Harley Quinn and Margot Robbie and all that, and I'm in that boat. I love the character, and it's not one of those. Oh, I've heard of the character and cosplayed as it, but I actually do enjoy the character especially from the Batman the animated series back in the day when we were kids.
Mm-hmm.
But she could have been taken out of this movie, and I don't think anything would have changed.
I mean, it would have been a pretty short movie.
Yeah, they kind of kept her to the side, and then she's like...
She had her own movie inside the movie.
Suicide Squad 2021. Supervillains Harley Quinn, Bloodsport. Is Bloodsport the black dude?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know.
Peacemaker is John Cena. And a collection of nutty cons at Belle Reve Prison. Join the super secret, super shady Task Force X as they are dropped off at the remote, enemy-infused island of Corto Maltese. Is that a real place? Yeah, it is. Corto Maltese was a South American nation off the coast of South America.
Until a giant eye erased it.
Oh, this is interesting. It was the location of the Corto Maltese Revolution that was first seen in Dark Knight 3. Is that where, that must be where Bruce Wayne goes when he fakes blowing up or whatever the fuck that was about. Written and directed by James Gunn, who also did the Guardians of the Galaxy, starring Margot Robbie, Idris Elba, that's the black guy, I'll stop calling him that for now, and John fucking Cena. Now, I'm not a big John Cena guy, but he was literally the best part of this movie and the best part of Fast and Furious, whatever the most recent one was.
When I was watching it, I was not a huge fan. I was like, okay, this is pretty good, but like it's a bit heavy. But now that like I've had some distance from the movie, he's probably the most memorable part of it.
Yeah.
Like if you don't have like a set of notes in front of you, then the movie is basically John Cena arguing with Bloodsport. Harley Quinn is a ninja for some reason, and then weird CGI in an army fight.
Yes. In the beginning, we see a bunch of random Suicide Squad members deployed to a beach. Do you know who Nathan Fillion is?
No.
He's immediately who I recognize. He's from Castle. He is, what is that space movie that everybody loves? It used to be a TV show for one season.
Oh, the TV show was Firefly.
Firefly, and then it was called...
I don't remember the name of the movie. I didn't think the movie lived up to the TV show, in my opinion.
Right. But people were just, begging for more, so they'd take what they can get, right? Viola Davis is Amanda Waller again in this, so I don't know. Is it the same? Who knows? But there's a lot of like off-brand humor, that you typically don't hear out of John Cena, which I was pretty excited about. Everyone who they drop on the beach in the beginning dies except Harley Quinn. Oh, Harley Quinn and the Weasel dude. They find that he's alive, right, at the end of the movie. I don't know who Nathan Fillion's character was, but he was like an action figure man. He like detached his arms, and I don't know what the fuck that was. TDK is the name of the character.
The K stands for kid. D stands for detachable. I forget what the T is, right?
The detachable kid, maybe?
Totally detachable kid.
Oh. James Gunn's brother is the Weasel in this. But other than that, nobody else really sticks out. Oh, Pete Davidson, he dies. That's great. I thought he was going to be in the whole movie.
Oh, please no.
Oh God. Oh my God, we agree on something. So the team that they drop on the other side of the beach is Idris Elba, John Cena, Shark Guy. Don't know his name, but I don't know if you know, but he's voiced by Sylvester Stallone. The girl who can control rats, which might be the worst superpower of all time.
I think controlling rats is the best superpower of all time. I'm pretty sure she could have just done the movie by herself.
No. And Polka Dot Man, who gets sick with polka dots and throws them at people. All right, we take it to Jeremy to explain Polka Dot Man's powers.
Okay, so what it is he has like enemy seeking beads that like flies out of him.
Mm-hmm.
And if he doesn't do it, then they kind of boil up. But he seems to be able to do it whenever he wants to, so I don't know why he almost exploded. Like, shouldn't he have just like shot the ground to avoid almost exploding?
Yeah.
I don't know. Incoherent script writing to make drama happen, and then nothing bad happens. But like everyone was worried for a second.
Making fun of him because his powers are polka dots. But like at the end when he actually starts using them on the giant fucking starfish shaped like his mother, it like melts through her, which is pretty cool. Like even though it's stupid ass polka dots, it's actually pretty effective. So dumb. That was my least favorite part of this movie was the starfish. Everything else seems so like covert and cool, and they're like overthrowing this South American, what's his nuts there, the Cuban guy, Fidel Castro type dude, right? Is that what he is?
Yeah, basically.
And then it turns into, hey, there's a starfish named Starro, classic DC character naming there, and he shoots out little stars that controls everyone, which is kind of cool. That part, creating his own little army, but so it just turns so corny.
I mean, I spent the whole movie wondering, like, so is Harley Quinn a ninja? Because I mean, she didn't do that stuff like before. Like,
No.
she was a psychologist and then a sidekick, and now, like, apparently she just has 20 years of training with a bow staff. Also,
When she's just like you said, a psychologist or a psychiatrist, whatever, I don't know the difference. All she does is lose her mind a little bit when she starts trying to psychoanalyze the Joker. She doesn't like go into some fucking SEAL Team 6 training or anything.
I guess it's a girl power thing that if you fall in love with a psychopath, you gain martial arts abilities, but then
Yes.
also you're a strong, independent woman. But like,
No.
you don't change
Mhm.
your makeup at all. You're still doing that weird pale thing that you got from him. I don't know. I don't understand the character.
No, you understand the character. Just the people writing this don't. Because you pretty much, nailed it. She's obsessed with the Joker and she loses her mind. She was a psychiatrist, but this character, it's like, oh, we got to make Harley Quinn cool. It's like I get it. I get they're trying to like make Harley Quinn the new Deadpool, or the DC Deadpool, but it doesn't really work, does it?
Because as we know, there's only like, 3 characters in the entire DC universe.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously one of them has to be gender shifted, and the other one has to have a personality just grafted on, like trying to grow lemons on a fig tree or something. I don't know.
I want to see someone go rogue. They're creating a story and they gender swap it or race swap it the other way. I just want to see it once. See how much people who are, see how much they
Harvey
freak out.
Quinn. Are you ready, Mrs. J?
Yes. Oh yeah, because then you could swap Joker female. Yeah, there you go.
The liberation of Harvey Quinn.
Oh God, what was the title of the Harley Quinn movie that bombed? It was like the Fantabulous. I can't remember the exact name.
Did that movie bomb?
Well, maybe it may. I'll check that before
Hold
I
on.
start
I feel
speculating.
like I think it was Birds of Prey, right?
Yeah, it was Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn.
Yeah, so it
Let's
had a
see.
budget of 82 million and it made 200 million at the box office.
Yeah, worldwide gross 201,852. And this is pre-pandemic, so that would be full numbers. Released 2/5/20. Anyways, back to Suicide Squad. There's a couple funny moments with John Cena because he's the best. Amanda Waller's having a little presentation, and everyone on the team that doesn't go to the front side of the beach and die, they're all sitting there listening to her. John Cena raises his hand. Starfish is a slang term for butthole. Any connection? He says it with such like a deadpan face.
So wait, is
uh-huh.
John Cena's like Patriot Boy or whatever? Is that like
Yeah.
a real character, or do they just make that up and
It's a
insert it
real
into the?
character. I don't know how accurate Cena's portrayal is. There's also, they like Cena as much as I did. There is a TV series starting next year called Peacemaker.
Oh no,
with John Cena.
John Cena's getting a TV show. Okay,
Premieres January 13th, 2022.
I mean, I'm not gonna watch it.
And January 14th, 2022 will be a special episode from us.
Did you like how the character arc between Peacemaker and Bloodsport was basically, it started off with John Cena saying that he does a thing and then he dies because Bloodsport does the thing?
Yeah, the whole thing between Bloodsport and Peacemaker was just a dick measuring contest, which I greatly enjoyed. There's an entire scene of them trying to one up each other with murders.
It's an awesome scene if you just pretend that sound doesn't exist off screen. Because like they do very loud and flamboyant murders in a if you've ever played Skyrim trying to be stealthy, that's how that's having. What was that? Just the wind. Like they go through this hallway-sized camp, just murdering these guys who they believe are holding a friend of theirs captive. And when they get there, they realize he's not a prisoner, and they've just killed like 50 people that were going to help them, which is the most Suicide Squad thing in the entire movie.
Yeah, they just go back and forth, one upping each other, and at one point, Bloodsport's like, nobody likes a show off, and Cena's response is something along the lines of, yeah, nobody likes a show off unless what they're showing off is fucking awesome. And Bloodsport's like, yeah, that's true. Dejected. I just want a what do you call it? Lethal Weapons style buddy cop movie with these two. Just give me that.
Yeah, I guess it really doesn't fit in the universe for them to try and do that because you can't really put Bloodsport in the TV show without ruining this movie. But I think what they should do is just go ahead and do that.
Yeah. Season 2. Peacemaker and Bloodsport.
Or maybe what they could do is have, you know how a season of Daredevil or Arrow just becomes the Punisher TV show? I think the John Cena show should basically do that, but with, Judge Dredd.
Oh yes, perfect.
Judge Dredd and Peacemaker.
Analogy.
That would be it right there.
Get the fucking director of Judge Dredd and put him on that right now. Not Dredd with Sylvester Stallone. Or sorry, it's the other way around. Dredd is the Carl Urban one. Judge Dredd is Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, I mean they could do it, the Sylvester Stallone version. Have Pete Davidson be the side character that takes up too much screen time.
Pete Travis, where are you? I know you're listening, but get out there, pitch it.
It's true. He listens to it because every once in a while he just Googles someone's favorite movie is Judge Dredd, and he found us. So now he listens.
Yes.
He just has an entire iPod playlist entirely of fans of Judge Dredd. Someone appreciates what I made.
That's your favorite movie, right?
Yeah.
We reviewed it on this show. Go back and listen to it. We raved about it for probably a fucking hour, but God, it's such a good movie. All right, let's
We have to get back to this mediocre movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it has its moments. It definitely has its moments, but it's incoherent.
Mm-hmm.
It's imagine if you took two 45-minute movies and then squashed the Harley Quinn one right in the middle of the other one.
Yeah, Harley Quinn falling in love with the king of Corto Maltese and then murdering him. Like what is happening? They're like, all right, James Gunn, you have to put Harley Quinn in this movie. He's like, okay, I'll give her own thing, but it feels so out of place. I
Yeah.
know it's connected with the story because it's the same king or whatever, but it just doesn't fit with the rest of the movie. Anyways, another Cena line. John Cena, in my opinion, is by far the best part of this movie, but he's like, peace at any cost. I don't care how many men, women, and children I have to kill to get it. Jesus. Yes, yes.
Another thing I didn't quite understand is Bloodsport's character because he's like, I'm so violent. My name is Bloodsport, but also I'm a fairly low a fairly low impact assassin. Like I can't imagine his history is full of a lot of collateral damage. It's like he doesn't like throw grenades and like set things on fire a lot. He just like shoots someone.
Yeah, throws little knives in their necks and shit like that. Yeah.
I mean, he should be called like Kill Shot or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's fair.
Because his whole thing is he's really good at shooting a gun. I would think Bloodsport would involve like a lot of blood.
Yeah.
Like pretty sure Harley Quinn's method of beating people to death would be more bloody than shooting them.
Yeah. Yeah, because you'd think it would be just like Bloodsport would be someone who used two swords or something, a spear. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, so there's a subplot that with Harley Quinn where she is sometimes has a spear, but it's always with her. Like I feel like it goes out off of screen, but then she has it later.
When all those people die, she's the only survivor. One of the guys, the spear guy, gives her the spear, like, give this to somebody. She's like slapping him in the face, asking who, because he dies. Jesus.
I thought that was a really good scene. I genuinely laughed at it.
Yeah.
She's like, when the scene's written well, she does a good job of playing the character.
Mm-hmm.
It's just I don't know why they have this character named Harley Quinn.
They bring so there's a guy called the Thinker, and he's in charge of this facility called Jotunheim, and the goal for the Suicide Squad is to break in there and
But why does it have a
secure.
Viking name? Why did why does this why does this building on a tropical island being hosted by a German or American guy? I forget what his accent. I forget was what was his accent.
I think he was German. He definitely had one, but we'll go German.
Yeah, so a German guy on a tropical island with a space alien in a building uses a Viking name.
Just because it sounds cool.
Jotunheim would be a good name for a beer. I don't know. Like, how do you think that thing exists in space? Like, are there a lot of like how does it get around in space? Like, I don't. We don't really see it like flying, do we?
The star thing?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it walks around on the ground. It doesn't like just ignore gravity.
right. All the things he shoots out, or it shoots out,
Yeah, those can fly.
float.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know.
but
Oh
like
God.
if it didn't care about gravity, the rats wouldn't be able to climb up onto it. It could have just been like, rats, let's get off the ground. Because
Yeah.
rats can't fly.
Yeah.
Then they would need a ratapult.
So they all crash Jotunheim, and there's this scene where they're all just walking in a straight line in the rain towards this giant facility with all these guards. None of the Suicide Squad gets shot. All of the soldiers get shot and killed. Like they're the worst. Imagine having your like the most important facility on the planet and you just can't none of your guys can shoot any intruders who are coming your way.
I mean, that makes sense. All the guards are like buddies of like the corrupt, so like it's not a meritocracy; it's a
Yeah,
kleptocracy.
that's
So
fair.
the guards are all overpaid, untouchable by the normal civilians, and they don't have to train, so they don't.
Right. Jesus.
They could never handle, Joker's girlfriend.
Slowly walking towards them. That psychiatrist, man. My goodness.
Yeah, that medical school and deeply abusive relationship really just gave her top level hand-to-hand combat and tactical reasoning.
All I have is Cena is trying to protect the information because obviously America is behind the Starro. They're trying to weaponize it, of course. Cena tries to get gain the information. There's like a disc with all of it on there, or a thumb drive, whatever. He tries to get it, fights Rick Flag, kills him. Bloodsport kills Cena in the way Jeremy was describing, where he shoots a bullet through his bullet, which they were talking shit on each other earlier.
That's not a euphemism. That's what happened.
Yes. There's a point where my autocorrect automatically changed it to Star-Lord, but Starro kills the polka dot guy just after the Starro looks like the polka dot guy's mom. So it's like this giant old lady stomping through the town, which is great. And Harley Quinn kills a giant star with a sharp pole. And my last note was Harley Quinn kind of sucks. I don't know. They're trying really hard to get her over.
Yeah, for my view of the movie, Harley Quinn and the Star thing have a bit too much screen time. They should have either removed a couple side characters or developed them more. I don't know how that works in terms of time, but I felt like a lot of characters were just kind of there.
Yeah.
In the way of making a better movie. Or the two movies, I don't know. Maybe they replaced all the development with Harley Quinn.
Right.
And the starfish. And the hot dog flavored water.
Oh.
That is a Limp Bizkit reference. For all the Limp Bizkit fans from 2003.
Do you remember our last Limp Bizkit reference on this show?
It's a new thing I'm trying.
It's it was from the movie The Fanatic when Limp Bizkit Fred Durst was the director.
I forgot about that. Oh god.
And in the movie when they're playing Limp Bizkit and the dude from Final Destination's like, "Oh, this is the jam." No shame whatsoever. Yeah, so that's Suicide Squad pretty much. So per thenumbers.com, Suicide Squad 2021 made 55,800,000 domestically and 167 million worldwide. I feel like July was a time where, because the movies are really starting to come through now, but like back in July, we weren't really out of it yet, right? We were still kind of like, oh, well, maybe we shouldn't go to the theaters. Not me personally, but us as a society. It was still kind of up in the air, I guess.
Yeah, no, I live in nowhere cares country. Everything's open except for all the businesses are open and begging for people to come in.
Yeah.
Although the theaters are pretty empty. Like I've been going to see movies, and more than a couple times I've been like the only person in the theater.
Yeah.
Not during a matinee at like 6 p.m.
Right. Oh my God! When we went to see that movie I was telling you about, that last night in Soho, the theater, there was only like 4 empty chairs. It's wild.
Really? Wow.
Oh my God! Do you want to take a guess? We'll just do this quick. All right, Suicide Squad 2016. Do you want to take a guess on the worldwide gross? Keyword being gross.
The gross, I'm gonna say 500 million.
745 million.
That is up there.
Christ.
Was it also like an online thing, or was that only in the theaters?
Just theaters. So we will catch you guys later.
Until next time.